welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for coming back. Today's video is going to be about growing your natural hair back. I'm going to be telling you guys how I grew my edges from this to this. So if you want to see how I was able to do that, then please stay tuned for the video. Okay guys, let's get right into the video. As I said before, I'm going to be telling you guys exactly how to grow your edges back. More specifically, I'm going to be telling you guys how I grew my edges back. So if you guys have seen those pictures, like I said, those are very embarrassing pictures for me. I'm not comfortable with them, but a lot of you guys like to see proof. You want to see that I had struggles just like you guys, and I am more than happy to show those pictures to you guys, even though they're very embarrassing to me. But if it's going to help you guys, I'm down for it. So with that being said, I'm going to tell you guys the things that I did or stopped doing in order to grow my edges, and then I'm going to show you guys some products that has really helped me grow my edges back. First, let me tell you guys a little short story, and then you'll understand me a little better. As I said, I have thick hair, but I personally damaged my edges because of things that I used to do in the past. So when I was learning how to do hair, I used to do a lot of tight braids. I used to manipulate my hair a lot. I used to color my hair. I used to wear a lot of wigs with a lot of glue, and I was very messy with it. And I just didn't know how to properly care for my hair. And because of that, I have paid those prices. My edges have been so damaged until I finally decided to start caring for my hair again. For those of you who have been following me for a while, you know that this is my hair. This was a twist out that I did a few days ago, and I'm still rocking it. But anyways, as far as my hair, I've been able to grow my hair back, and it's pretty long at this point. But my edges are a whole different story because your edges are so sensitive, and you have to be even more careful with it than any other parts of your hair. So I was able to stop doing certain things and start doing certain things in order to grow my hair back, especially my edges. So these are the things I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. The number one thing that I had to stop doing were braids. And I'm not talking about just any braids. As I've said a lot of times in a lot of my videos, I used to get really small braids and sometimes really big braids, and I would make them really tight across the perimeter of my head, and then about 2 weeks later I would go back and take out that part and redo it, just because I wanted my braids to look nice and fresh and on fleek. Well, what ended up happening to my hair was my edges started to thin out. They started to get thin and thin and thin, and at first I thought maybe it's this hairstyle, maybe I shouldn't do this hairstyle or that hairstyle. But I didn't realize that it was not the hairstyle, it was the way I was doing the hairstyle. So when I say I stopped getting braids, I still get braids, and even when I do my protective stylings, I still braid my hair. But now it's different the way I braid my hair. So now instead of doing really small tiny braids on my edges, I completely skip my edges and I start from the back, and then I would normally leave the edge area as a leave out or just gel it down as baby hair. But I try to stay away from really tight braids. The second thing is wigs and glues. When I put my wigs on, if I'm gonna put it down with glue, which I usually don't use glue, I use the spray Got to Be Glue, this right here. This is, first of all, very easy to take off, especially when you go to take off your wigs, because all you need to do is apply water. Just take a paper towel, soak it with water or even a washcloth, and just dab it on the areas where the glue is, and that gets it off. I never use glue because the glue can sometimes be hard to get off your head or out of your hair, so I skip it altogether. And I also try not to wear a lot of wigs that require glue, especially like the frontal. I do wear frontals at times, but like I said, when I do it, the two things I do is I use the Got to Be Glue because it's easier to take off, and I also go way past my hairline, like way past it, to the point where it's not touching any part of my hair whatsoever. But if I can, I usually wear closures because closures do not require glue. I also have stopped doing a lot of tight hairstyles because even if it's a wig, if that wig is really tight around your head, it kind of stops the circulation to your scalp and to that area where the elastic band is, and that too can stop your hair from growing, and it can kill the hair follicles in that area and cause it to fall out. And sometimes it can be temporary, but sometimes it can be permanent. So you want to resist from that. So no tight hairstyles, no super big braids either. Again, your edges are very sensitive. So if you put a really big braid on a small, tiny portion of hair, that braid is going to pull and weigh that area down, causing the braid to either fall out. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but sometimes you can lose your hair to the point where the braid itself falls out and your hair is like at the end of the braid. That is a sign that you're doing something wrong. So no super big braids that is going to weigh that area. If you're going to do that, make the portion of that braid and the hair that you're going to use, make it really big. Make it as big as the braid, but don't take a tiny portion of hair and then braid it with a big braid, because it's only going to leave that area weak and cause it to ultimately fall out. Another thing you want to avoid is you want to avoid as much as you can coloring your hair with a lot of chemicals. The chemicals are going to weaken your hair and cause it to fall out. And then sometimes I see people like to perm their edges because they want their baby hair to lay. If your hair is natural, or if your hair is even permed, instead of perming your edges repeatedly, I would say use gel. Eco Styler gels are super good at laying your edges. So all you need to do is take a toothbrush, something like this, take your gel, and then take a little scarf, something like this, tie it down for a few minutes, and I promise you your baby hair will lay. You don't have to repeatedly perm your baby hair, because that again is going to weaken it and make it to fall out. So I honestly used to do that because, like I said, I have thick hair. My hair grows really thick, and when my hair used to grow like that, I used to want to lay my baby hair and I would perm my baby hair, but now I know better, so I don't do that anymore. Last but not least, the last thing you want to stop doing is leaving a lot of leave out. So for those of you who don't know what those are, a leave out is when you do like a sewing or crochet or any kind of hairstyle. A lot of people like to leave the perimeter of their hair out, so like the entire front, and then sometimes the middle part if they're going to do a part or something like that. That also is very, very bad for your hair, because if you're wearing straight hair and your actual natural hair texture is not straight, you then have to either perm those leave outs or you have to flat iron it every time you style your hair. That is going to again weaken the hair in those areas and cause it to fall out, especially if you're using heat. Repeatedly applying heat to your hair is the fastest way to break your hair. So if you're going to do a protective style, I would say just wear a wig, or if you're going to do a sewing, do a full sewing where you don't have to leave any hair out, or do crochet. If you want like a curly hairstyle, like something like this or anything like that, I would say do crochet, but stay away from leaving your hair out, because that is going to force you to do a lot to it, which can then cause your hair to fall out. So those are the things that I had to stop doing in order to start growing not just my hair but my edges as well. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys are a few products. These are the products that I swear by. Okay, so the first product I'm going to show you guys is Jamaican black castor oil. This right here. There's a lot of variations. There's some with argan oil, there's some with coconut oil, there's some with all kinds of oils. I personally like the smell of coconut oil, and I also like coconut oil, so I use this one. This one has coconut oil in it. Jamaican black castor oil is good for thickening your hair, making it stronger, and also helping it grow. So what I normally do is I either do a hot oil treatment, and that's when you mix a lot of oils together and heat it up for about 10 to 15 seconds and then massage your scalp. I either do that, or especially when I have my protective stylings in, every morning when I do my skincare routine, I like to take a little bit of oil and then massage my scalp as well. Massaging the scalp is going to promote blood flow and stimulate that area to grow your hair. So castor oil is one of my favorite items. The next oil on the list is my coconut oil. This right here. It's organic and it's 100% coconut oil. Some people say organic is not really organic, but this is the kind of coconut oil I use. They have different kinds, different brands. As long as it's 100% coconut oil, I would say go ahead and get it, because this is actually safe for your skin, it's safe for your hair, and it's also safe to eat. So coconut oil is my second favorite oil. The third thing on the list that I would recommend is this virgin hair fertilizer. This is what it looks like. As you can see, I'm almost out of this one. So when I start running low, I start to roll it kind of like with toothpaste so that I can push the contents to the top, I guess, so that it's easy to access. And for those of you guys who haven't seen this before, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of it. this is what it looks like. It has that yellowish consistency, and then it also has a minty smell, and I think it has a little bit of sulfur in it, for those of you who know what sulfur is. And then when you put it on your scalp, it has this tingling sensation. So what I do is I take a little bit of it, I lift up my hair like that, I put it on it, and then I massage it in until the oil completely melts and until the area feels a little warm. So that is how I do that. So this you can get from Amazon. If I remember to, I'll leave a link down below. You can get this from Amazon or from the African store, but it's easier to get it from Amazon, especially for those of you guys who don't normally shop at an African store. So the fourth thing on the list are my vitamins. You can use any brand, you can use any supplements that is prescribed or verified or okayed by your doctor, but it's very good to have some kind of dietary supplement, especially multivitamin. So the brand I have here is by Spring Valley, and it's their hair, skin, and nail. And this is what it looks like. So I take one of this every day. I used to take this with my prenatal vitamins as well, but that was because I had a whole bunch of prenatal vitamins left over from when I had my baby, but I've ran out of it. So I only take this now. So any hair, skin, and nail supplement should help. And the last but not least thing I want to show you guys is biotin. You can either use biotin oil or you can take biotin pills. In my experience, I've done both. For those of you guys who don't like pills, you can do the oil, but for those of you who are okay with pills, you can take pills. So this is what the oil looks like. Again, they have different kinds, different brands. I just happened to find this at CVS and I went ahead and got it. But as I said, you can do the pills as well. I normally take the pills, and the pill is also by Spring Valley. Spring Valley is a big brand. They have a whole bunch of vitamins and multivitamins. So those are the few products that I've been able to use to help me really not just grow my edges, but also grow my hair. This video is not sponsored, so don't think I'm trying to, convince you guys to use this. These are just things that I've used. And when I do sponsored videos, I only do products that I actually would use and have used and actually like to use. There's been a lot of times where I've turned down deals because I don't relate to that product. I don't know what the product is. I've never used it before. And I don't want to come on here and tell you guys, use this because it's perfect. And then when you use it and you don't like it, and then I will be blamed for it. So I only try to do sponsorships with things that I actually use or believe in. So anyways, that's a little off topic. I just wanted to share these things with you guys because you guys have a whole lot of questions about how I was able to grow my hair back, my edges back, and I just wanted to share these things with you guys. I've done similar videos like this before, but if you haven't seen them, hopefully this one will help you, or I will also leave some links down below to some helpful videos that you guys might find helpful. So that is it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like the video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, and also if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And also guys, I'm gonna leave a link down below to my vlog channel so you guys can go ahead and subscribe as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to leave comments, questions, concerns, and everything down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you guys again so much for your love and support, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.